Hello friends, it's Daryl. How you doing? And I'm here at work today. Well, I'm not actually at work because I've been indefinitely laid off. I can just have a quick look around the parking lot. There's 450 of us who've been given indefinite layoff notices due to the strike at Kentucky Truck in Chicago, which takes up a fairly substantial amount of our production here. You can see the parking lot is very lightly populated today. But, just because there's 450 of us off means there's still about 800 or so working, maybe a little bit more than that. And I just thought I'd stop in and share what's going on. I just left let's see if we'll put the camera around here. There we go. I just left the UAW headquarters, Local 228, where we signed up for our strike pay. Even though we're not actually on strike, we don't get unemployment or sub pay because the work slowdown is related to a labor dispute. So in the state of Michigan, you don't get unemployment benefits if it's due to a shutdown related to a work stoppage, even if it's not your plant that is shut down. But like I say, the plants that we supply parts to are shut down, so there you go. So our strike pay will start coming in about 2 weeks. What's the date today? Yeah, a little over a week from now, we'll get our first check, I guess, from what I understand. We get $500 a week strike pay, which is certainly something better than nothing. And we have to go out, and since we're not on strike, we're not going to be picketing. We have to go out and volunteer 12 hours a week at a nonprofit organization. And I haven't decided which one I'm going to do yet, but they gave us several different choices in there. We could do community service at a food bank, animal shelter. Fall cleanup day is coming up in Sterling Heights. They said we can come out and do fall cleanup day 1 week for our hours for that week. And lots of choices, and hopefully it'll make a little bit of difference in the community and help people out while we're off. And hopefully it won't last too long. I mean, I've been there a long time. I can get by on, the strike pay for a while. I've got a little bit of money saved up, not a lot, but a little bit, so I'll be okay. And our health insurance is going to be covered and kept in place. The company hasn't said yet whether they're going to stop paying our health insurance or when. Usually when you get on an ILO, they give you a certain amount of days or a month or so before they cancel you. And we're not sure how that's going to work because the company's been very tight-lipped on how they're doing this. And we'll see how that goes. But if they do cut it, the union has a fund to make up for our insurance premiums while we're off here. Our union president, Shawn Fain, is going live on Facebook at 4 p.m. today to announce the current status and updates. And he might have a contract settlement to announce, but it doesn't seem like it from the previews that I've heard and read about online. I'm thinking that he'll probably announce that possibly some more plants are going on strike. I don't know the answer to that, but the plant where I work at still supplies parts to Dearborn for the Mustang. I think that's wherever they're making the Mustang now. I don't know. And to the truck plants that make the F-150. I think some stuff for the Transit van. I'm not even sure where that's made. That might be Kansas City, but I'm not sure. I try and keep up on where all of our products go to just because I'm curious and I like cars and kind of a car person. And I like to know what we're making. I mean, a bunch of the people in here have no idea what we're making and what it's to. I ask, what is this for? I don't know. I just put the bolts on. I'm like, that's okay because that's your job. But I like to know what we're building and where it's going. I've always been curious about that kind of stuff. And again, like I say, I'm going to be okay. We're going to be okay. We're looking out for each other. We've got food donations coming in to the local office here. People are donating, bringing in canned goods and foods and staples so that anybody who's hard up and needs things can come in here and get the food they need to help their families get by. A lot of the workers who got laid off are newer workers with only anywhere from 3 or 4 months of seniority up to 2 or 3 years seniority. They're making very little money to begin with, like $17 an hour at the most. And it's hard for them because a lot of them don't have any money saved up. They've only been here a few months and they're barely hanging on at $17 an hour. So far from what I've understand, this new contract will take them up to $20 an hour or a little bit more immediately and give them a path to full pay within 3 years after the contract signed. So it's going to be a good contract when it comes through. And it's going to be good for all the new workers especially. I'm near the end of my career, so I don't really have too much of a stake in it. Whatever we get, we get. As far as I'm concerned, it's fine. But I'm happy that the new workers are going to be taken care of. And the only complaint I have is that our plant here, Ford Motor Company, is not doing this the right way. They're violating the work rules, they're violating seniority rights, and a lot of us aren't going to forget that for sure. When they do an indefinite layoff like this, they're not supposed to pick and choose what departments or people get to stay working. They're supposed to lay them off the lowest seniority first. They're supposed to be the ones who are pushed out the door. And we've got people like me with 24 years. We've even got people with 40, 45 years who are out on indefinite layoff right now, while people with only several months of seniority are still in there working. And that's caused a lot of bitter feelings amongst my coworkers. Like I say, I don't really mind too much because I'm in an okay place. And I'm like in pre-retirement mode anyway. So all I'm thinking about is getting out of here and retiring probably before April. And I say, it makes me angry that they didn't do things the right way. It just, sounds kind of either lazy on their part or possibly vindictive. I don't know which. I'm going to go with lazy because I don't think the company goes out of their way to be vindictive and, retributional, so to speak. Is that even a real word? If they did do it the way they were supposed to, they would have to lay off people who are already on jobs and know those jobs. And they'd have to keep people who are higher seniority but who don't know the particular job. So there'd be a learning curve as everybody's redistributed around to different departments that they're not familiar with. So I can see the company's point of view, especially if they think it's going to be just a short-term deal for a week or two, which I'm guessing that's what they're probably thinking. Everybody's thinking that right now, that this is going to be over any day now. The company and the union will come to an agreement, and once they come to agreement, we will all return to work. We won't wait for a vote. Everybody will return to work right away. And then the vote will happen within a week or two after the agreement's announced. And everything will be back to normal before you know it. And that's what we're hoping for. And if any of my coworkers are watching this, stay strong. We got each other's back. Everything's going to be good. And we will talk to you soon. Have a great day.